We are so proud to have them, and I believe they are here today with us. It's a very great achievement, and we should be proud of that. So I will announce the name, and they will rise up so that you see them. Uh, One person is Thomas. Is Thomas here? Thomas on the way. The second person is Dimitri. And the third person is Joy Paul. So these are the new people who join us in SPLMIO, and the media houses will take it from here to announce it and put it in the media. So that is the new information we have. It's very great. And also in Calgary chapter we have new changes. So the changes that we have in the Calgary chapter, because the deputy, my deputy, went on the ground. He's in Pagak and is eyeing toward Juba. When the peace comes and when our chairman is going to Juba, I believe he's going to be going with them. So he's going to take a while, and we need our activities to go so that we support our movement. So we need to, we decided that we will have acting deputy chairperson. So our new deputy chairperson today is Serena Kimpal. Serena Kimpal used to be Secretary General in the office, and since she's been taking a role of deputy chairperson, who will fill the position of Secretary General with a new person. But we're still taking application, and we'll update you in next meeting. Another change that we have in the chapter, because our activities are going to be more, and we're going to have additional activities than before, because at this point we do not know if peace will take a hold or not, or we need to support peace with a lot of activities, including research, including finance, including meetings, and all kind of things. So we need to strengthen our office. Now we have additional person to the finance office, the person that will be responsible for collecting money from all of us, especially membership payments. So this person is committed and is willing to knock the doors. Whenever this person knocks your door, please be cooperative and help our people. Give him what he needs. His name is Gadwejbo. If Gadwej is here, please. So he will be acting as tax collector. So we will be paying tax to our movement. So another announcement, which is very important, coming week on Saturday, on the 16th of April, we are organizing SPLM anniversary dinner and a peace celebration dinner. It's going to be organized by us. It's a dinner where we're going to enjoy, and we will discuss a lot of issues, including the activities that we have done in the past year, and we will aware you about what we were and where we're heading in that conference. There will be a lot of activities during the day. We will start this occasion at 2 o'clock at Redison Community Association. Everyone is invited, and please, when you go out, invite all your family members and all your friends to come to that event, because it acts as a thank you dinner to the members for what you have done in the past since we started the chapter. So for your contribution financially, your contribution mentally, or educationally. So whatever you contributed in the past is a thank you from the leadership to you. So we welcome you there, and we will celebrate the peace as well. A lot of people are invited from chapters, including Edmonton chapter, Brook chapter, Fort McMurray chapter, and any person that will have transportation to here, even from BC or Saskatchewan, will come to that day. So that's for your information. The last information is that because we are going to be very active, we beg you that you will pay your membership payment. It's only $5 a month, and it's not a big burden, so I think we can all afford that. Those are all the information I want to pass to you from me right now. Oh, yes. One more information that was missing is to inform you the Women League in Calgary, Australian Women League in Calgary office has been organized and is full office at the moment. The office has been filled, and you all know we struggled a lot to fill this office due to some circumstances, but at last we are free. Now the office is filled. We know that our former chairperson in Canada for Women League, Nyawaga Cho, she tried a lot to organize the office, and she did her part because she paved the way and she showed up the ways on which we can organize this office. And when Mary KK came to the office, she also tried her best, and up to this moment, it is a success through the work of these people. So the leadership in the Women League is the first person, the chairperson, Rebecca Nanchognen. Deputy chairperson, Nyadak Bomdio. The secretary, the general secretary in the office, George Samuel Paul. The finance office in the finance person in the office is Nachar Well. And the information person, Nyamor Katkot. That's the Woman League. And thank you. Now it's all from me. I will give a chance to the person that will take the role of inviting the speakers. So right now, I will give a chance to Comrade George Paul.
Thank you. My name is Joyce Paul, and I'm a new member, and I'm gonna act as the Secretary General of SPLM-IO Calgary Chapter, based in Calgary. And I'm gonna assist Mr. Chairperson Moonjog in chairing the meeting. And I'm so thankful to be here. And as I see here, there's few women and there's lots of men. we as a Women League, me actually as a Secretary General, I'll try my best to work with the women and to embrace and bring other women on board too. I would like to introduce the first speaker, Mr. Lam Jog, and we'd like to give few minutes and 3 to 5 minutes to give us some brief speech. Thank you. Sorry about that, Mr. Lam is not here, and I didn't know. So our second speaker is Nyon Manquat. Nyon Manquat. I hope.
Thank you, Mrs. Speaker. Comrades, ladies and gentlemen, the member of IO in Calgary. Well, I respect the protocol because, as you know before, I have no position here in Calgary. Even on the ground, I'm not a honorable, I'm not a courts, I'm not a commanders or majors. I'm still John McQuett, but I'm a member. Even though I have something on there on the ground, I have not. Well, this is a very great meeting. The good things we, the citizens of Calgary, we came back, with the exception of Samuel Chol, who's left behind, and James Mawich. So most of us came back to visit the family, and hopefully we will go back, and maybe some of you will go with us to see the implementation of the peace in Juba. Now, we will not go to Pagats anymore from here, so we have to fly to Juba because our chairman will be anytime soon on the 18th of this month, if things are going well in security way. Briefly, I'm not going to talk that much about what's going on the ground. There are some sensitive issues which I'm not allowed to disclose, even though I see things on my eyes. Maybe I'm not the right person to talk about them, or for whatever reason, I have to talk about the basic things that are happening on the ground, especially on our side, the SPLM IO. As you know, we went to Pagat last year in October. I left here on 2nd of October, me and Carl Togbo, Corporate Pal. So we arrived safely in Addis on the 4th of October. We were waiting for our chairman. That was the time that he was in the US. Eventually, so he came back from the States. We had a chance to meet him with few members here. Then we greet him and we informed him about our visit. And we mentioned it to him that we will proceed to Pagak because this is our headquarters. Our headquarters is not Addis. And of course, we went to Pagak. We were there in Pagak. We met with all our members, members of the IOs, soldiers, those who are with ranks in the army, politicians. Well, the Pagak 5, I was told that it is like Pagak 1, because the time that we were there last year during the peace, during the time that the peace was signed in Addis, everybody went to Pagak. Everybody went to Pagak. From all the corners of the world, everybody went there. We met with the new faces, and we met with the old faces. We even see some people that we heard their names. It was a very fruitful time for us, especially myself. I see a lot of people, the former ministers in the government of South Sudan and in the states, the former chairpersons, the politicians, the commanders in the army. So it was a very big pleasure for me to meet them. So we were there until the time of preparation of the advance team to Juba. The chairmen and the organ of the bodies for the movement, they were organized many meetings. Finally, so we come to the meeting of advance teams. Advance teams were organized based on the states and groups, especially the departments, the medical teams, the legal teams, and then the diaspora teams. There are so many teams within the protocols teams, the secretariat team. There are so many teams, so many groups in the Advan team. So we were among the Advan teams, even though we didn't make it to Juba. We were so happy that if our colleagues made it to Juba, we did it also. We made it to Juba. So just because if God didn't release you to go wherever you want to go, and then you cannot go if your ways is not clear. We left behind, I and Comrade Ward, Baltubom, James Ose, and few members, we left behind. So Comrade Chairman told us that, don't worry. Since you were in the first Advan teams on the 11th of December, we were there with the diaspora. And then after, for the security reason, the security personnel did the screening, and they brought some security personnel to go to Juba first, and then we left behind for the arrival too. And then for the arrival second, there was the same thing. Our other comrades went to Juba and we left behind. So until today, so we are on the way to go to Juba. Comrade Chairman said that, so you, the 97s, who's supposed to be in Juba, not in the States, don't worry, you will go before me. Before I go to Juba, and then you will go to Juba. Otherwise, we will go together. So because of the things that are happening on the ground, so activities were limited to only soldiers in Pagak. We decided that we have to come back and see our children and family, and then from there, so we will proceed from here to Juba. That was the reason that make us to leave behind. So on the ground, things are going well, comrades. Things are going well. As a high witness, our movement is going well. I didn't see any wrongdoing here. So people are laughing each other very much in Pagat. We share everything as a family of the one movement. So the only message that's happening on the ground is a message for peace. Peace is already in the corner. It was signed as we know, all of us. So that's why our comrades and other members went to Juba for implementation to carry out the activities of the Advan people, to advocate, to tell people that there is a peace in South Sudan. Even though the government is trying to provoke by any means, but we, the IO, we are for the peace. So peace is there on the ground. And we, the people of diaspora, the movement, is know our contribution. So it's not deniable. They know all our contribution. It doesn't matter wherever we are. Comrade Chairman, the Commander-in-Chief, Dr. Riek Machar, know our contribution very well. The chairperson of the National Committee and the MPs, the former MPs in the Parliament of South Sudan, they know our contribution. And the commanders on the ground, those who are fighting very hard for us to be recognized today, they know our contribution with the diaspora. From Canada, US, Europe, and Australia, even in somewhere in Africa, because they are part of diaspora too. When we say that with the diaspora, those of Kenyans and those of Uganda and those of Egypt, they say that no, don't leave us behind. So we are diaspora. When you understand the word of diaspora, they are diaspora too. They recognize our contribution. We contribute positively, especially with the people of Calgary. People know us very well on the ground. People know us very well on the ground. Even though they don't know you personally in particular, but when you say that I came from Calgary, they know automatically. Even the corporate chairman knows that Calgary is the backbone of the movement. They recognize our contribution. Uh, don't be don't be this. Don't take it that our contribution is not recognized. They know what we were contributed here, and the movement it's belong to us. They welcome us with an open hand, so you can participate in any area. Whether you want to join the training, the military training in my woods area, become a part of the PAM 2, or there will be a new training. So you are highly welcome to do that. If you want to join any department in the movement, so you are highly welcome to do that too. So because of that, let's work hard. Our contribution is new, and let's work hard. Let we are not sit behind, and let we not relax it. So let's work hard and keep what we were doing before. So this is not at the end of the journey. Even though the chairman is going, we don't know what is planned behind, and we have a plan too. All our forces, which supposed to be in Juba, according to the agreement, the last batch was arrived yesterday in Juba. So we have all the number of our forces now in Juba. There will be no any other batch going, unless the one that will be around 20 miles or 30 miles away from Juba. Comrade Chairman, he said it clearly that, leave those on social media. He said it clearly that he's going to Juba on the 18th. So whoever is ready to block him, not to come to Juba, so let them beat the drum. Chairman is going on the 18th with the 72 people, which were not disclosed yet. Who is going with chairman? That list is still with the chairman office. Nobody knows exactly. So because of that, we came back to Calgary. We are members as before, so we will be contributed as we usually do when we were in Calgary. So what I can say, let's keep the good works as we do always. I see that all the offers were organized, but you didn't mention the offers of humanitarians.
No, it's only the form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, when Mayor was talking about acknowledgement of all the offers. So anyway, well, we are doing well, especially the SPLMs in Canada and the SPLM chapter in Calgary. We are doing well, and we are doing good jobs in Pagak. I'm very sure Comrade War will have a report as the Secretary of the Provincial for what we reported to Chairman Office and the other secretariats. So let's keep the good jobs, and let's still collecting the money, because we don't know what's going to happen. So we have to stop the works until the full implementation was in place. But as a member of the SPLM, we will be still contributing money, because definitely we will have our own party, whether it's a SPLM-IO or a different name. But as a member of the party, we will collect the money to support our party. You know, because of the good work. Sorry, comrade, this is the last. Because of the good work, the acknowledgement of the SPLM coordinator office in Canada and other places around the world, and the SPLM Women Leagues and the SPLM Youth League, this recognition comes through the hard work. And that was suggested in the meeting of the political bureau. So Ezekiel Lowell is the one who came up with the suggestion. It was seconded by Hussein Mar. It was seconded again by Stephen Parkour. Ezekiel suggested to the chairman that, and others, member of the political bureau, that we have to recognize the SPLM's 3 different organs in the diaspora as wood. And these people will be included into SPLM National Liberation Council, which is a high executive position in the movement, where John Jock, as a member of National Liberation Council now, Galwa Kayer, as a member of National Liberation Council, and Yan Charwa. The same thing in US, the same thing in Europe, the same thing in Australia. This is a very high executive position in the movement, and let me not take it easy. You, the 3 member of National Liberation Council, take it seriously. I'm very sure nothing will take you off from this party organ. Work hard, and I'm very sure all of us too will work hard to get the same position that John Job and Galwag and Yanchar got. Comrades, thank you for invitation. This is a very brief speech. I have no much to say, so this is what I can say. I'm very sure we all have access to the social medias and what's happening on the ground. But because we are coming from this city, it's good that the chapters and the office of the coordinator call us, to tell you what we have learned on the ground. Because eyewitness is better than something that was wrote on the social media. Because I can wrote something live, which is not the one that happened on the ground. But I can tell you what I have witnessed when I was there for the last 5 months. I'm very sure these are not enough information for you, as I know, but there are things that I cannot disclose. So as I know, things are going well, so we are in peace, and let's go to Juba. If you don't do anything here, and you see yourself as somebody who can contribute in our country, you go. Let's go to Juba and use our talent. Not just here in Calgary, but if you have something to do here, so let us stay here and raise our kids. Okay? But our contribution is needed here and on the ground. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Mr. Young McCoy, for briefing us about all the activities that are going down on the ground, and for encouraging everybody to use their activities, whether here or to go to Juba and use it over there. Thank you. And I would like to invite Mr. Chairperson to come in. I would like to call Mr. Warpel, the second speaker, to come and brief us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Do I look different?
Yeah.
So if you want to look different, go to Pagat. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm happy to see you guys all. Thank you very much for having me here. I'm really happy to let you know that all of you individually and your contribution did not go unnoticed. It be noticed by the movement, and all your contribution and your participation is acceptable and is now in the history of SPLM IO. Upon my arrival in Addis Ababa, when I went to Africa, I had a chance to meet Dr. Riak. I and both Chom, we met him, and then I conveyed your message of greeting, and he was very happy with all your contribution. And I also mentioned about the transportation of medical equipment that's supposed to go, and Dr. Riak was very, very appreciative to the SPLM Canada. about the effort that we made. So I'm very happy to let you know that we are back safe and our movement is going very strong. And the peace is actually going well, especially on our side. So I'm happy to be with you here again. I don't know where to start. I have a lot to say, but I will try my best to respect the time so that I can say only few of them. I will start with the contribution that you made when we were in Pagak. You, SPLM diaspora in Canada, particularly in Alberta, you have contributed $1,000 to the movement. In November, we received $500, and then in December, we received another $500. Then we report that to the movement. The first money, we give them in cash to the chairman in prison of Angelina 10. The second money, the money that came late, we submitted them in form of, we bought one ox, big one. If somebody is friend, is my friend on Facebook, maybe you see the picture of that ox. So we submitted to the movement. At that time, the courier was away. We were not in Pagak. But we give the report to Stephen Duck, the Secretary for Food Administration. Then he gave the report, he forwarded to the chairman. After the chairman returned, we tried to meet him so that we can confirm whether he received the report or not. We didn't get a chance to meet him because in Pagak it's very, very difficult to meet the courier because of security situation. So it's very restricted, difficult to meet him, difficult to see him.
Excuse me, sir, how much the last amount that you
It was the first one was 500 Canadian dollars.
oh, the first one? Okay.
Yeah, and the second one was also 500 Canadian dollars.
$1,000.
But and that the last money we bought one ox for 4,000 birr,
Okay.
and then we had the remaining, which is 330,
Thank you.
3,345.
Thank you.
We did not submit that. So in detail, I will meet with the office and then I will give them more detail about the expenses and all this. Just briefly, your $1,000 was submitted to the movement. So thank you very much. So we, the SPLM IO, you know our when we say SPLM Waye, this is no longer there, right? So now we say what? SPLM Viva SPLM. So SPLM Viva. That's what we are using
Is that
now.
Viva or Viva? It's
Viva. Viva means move forward. It's a Portuguese word, and then it means move forward.
Is that
So I think it's better than YA. It's Spanish, okay. But originated from Portuguese, actually.
It's a Latin.
Okay, that's good. It's from Europe, okay. So, yeah. Thank you very much, Nyawaga. So, life in Pagak is quite challenging. But when you are committed to do something, trying to achieve your goal, try to help, try to save life, you have to face challenges. So in Pagak, most of the challenges we equally face where mosquito bite. It makes sure that during the rainy season there is a mosquito and they will bite you. Whether you have a medicine or whether you have something from Canada, they are very strong. They still bite you. Hunger. There was no sufficient food for all the members of SPLM IO, including the military. In the morning, don't expect to have good breakfast. So if you get tea, that's enough for you. That's part of the struggle. And so many illnesses without proper medical care. So you will be having something like malaria, typhoid, diarrhea, and all those you will overcome eventually. Because when you know you are working for change, you have to overcome some difficulties and you have to accept the challenges. So that's what we went through, and thanks God we're back. So in peace process, IGAD and Troika made a huge progress. Huge progress on the peace process. but it is still uncertain. We are not sure whether that peace will be permanently achieved in South Sudan or not, given to the speech of those of Paul Malonga one. Is against it, but we hope we will not get away with it. We will not get away with it. We will overcome this challenge. Dr. Riek will go to Juba on the 17th this month. No matter what, he will be there. 18, I mean, sorry, 18. So there are some issues that are not being addressed, and those issues will be addressed when Dr. Riek is in Juba. Issues such as accountability for war crimes against humanity. This thing has not been addressed, it's not been resolved, and it will be when Dr. Riek is there. The issue of 28 states is not solved yet, but it will be resolved when he's there in office. So those are things that are now still on hold and will be discussed once he's in Juba. Coming to some issues such as going to Juba, Advan team, because you have heard a lot of Advan team. John McQuaid already mentioned some of them, and that was the fact. I know your contribution is recognizable and acceptable by the movement, yet when you know you do something and you don't work for it and you don't know your right, sometimes it can go without notice. In Pagak, there was something that we struggled for it and we worked for it, but finally we succeeded. As John mentioned, we, the SPLM member in Canada from Alberta, worked very hard. We worked very hard so for the SPLM diaspora as a whole, or those in Western world to be recognized. Yes, our contribution is recognized, but what we can get, our share in the moment, seem to be unrecognized. So we had a question when the issue of Advan team to Juba was organized. That process took 3 weeks. Governors, they were working day and night, organizing or selecting some members that will be participating in Advan team. And then at that time, the only green light for you to go to Advan team was through the state. Dr. Riek mentioned, or Mr. Chairman mentioned that all the Advan team members should come through states, come through their states. And then we were like, what about those who are not here and they are participating in the struggle? Those who are in diaspora. Then we came up with that question. And we organized ourselves, we had a meeting, and then we managed to meet him. And then we addressed the issue. He said, okay, well, that's what I told you guys, and then there's no way for you to go to Juba unless you come through the states. We explained to him clearly that the reason for going to Juba is to disseminate information about peace, to convey the message to the people who are in refugee camp, who are in UN campus in Juba, so that they will know that peace is coming, and the people who are in states, and also the people who are in diaspora. We will immediately disseminate information to those in diaspora. We are the right people because we have communication daily with those of diaspora. We are the right people who will keep in touch with those of diaspora and give them right information. Then at the last, he said, okay, you are now 26 members from diaspora, but I will take only 10 people from you. Now go out with just your 10 people and submit the list back to me. That was the conclusion that Dr. Riek told us. And then we came up with 10 people, which include Pal Tokbom, David Loitop, Warpal Nyon, John McQuaid, Samuel Wujang, James Wilwick, James Davolkat, Bol Daylol, Luka Kweskang, Salegi Welgoach from Australia. These people, some of them from US, some of them from Australia. Then we submitted the list, and it was approved. It was approved, and then we were waiting for going to Juba. First team was for secretariat, and the second team was for youth and the diaspora members to go to Juba. 97 people, we were included in that list. So, unfortunately, the process did not go well because fact must be told. The process did not go well. It was not from chairman, it was not from high-ranking officer, it was from junior officers, including Mawit and Myonga Tor. So they made some illegal process in the last minute. And then from list of 10 people from diaspora, only 2 went to Juba. That's David Loy and Samuel Widja. The rest of these 10 were replaced with different names and then put to the third list, the list that is now on the way to go to Juba. So that was the mistake that was made, and it was not from the chairman, it was from those 2 people. In Pagak, people are saying that if Mawit is here, he will come back, he can face the consequences. People are not happy with him. But for us, we see it as something easy. We take it slightly, because the reason for going to Juba is to work, to give information, to disseminate information about peace. There's nothing else. You are not going there to get a job, because even if you are in Juba, you have to apply for a position. You cannot get it automatically. So we said, okay, if they did that, it is up to them. It will go under the record. It is not out. So that's what has happened, because some of you are anticipated that what happened? Why you guys did not go to Juba? That's the explanation I can give you, as far as I know, because you will know what had happened at that time during the process. So that's all I have for today. If you have any question for me, please let me know. And then thank you very much.